All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are back here. It is Spin Move Gaming SM versus SK in a very close first map here in the pool play currently. What did you think of that last round, winners? We had some good offense, some fantastic defense.
Well, these teams are always a lot of fun to watch, and they are about to play Crossroads, it looks like. I don't know, I'm hearing a lot of dubstep in my ears, so that tells me that Crossroads is about to be played. Oh, I see the big verses. The production here is a little nicer than what I'm accustomed to at home. But yes, the Vegas factor, we talked about that, and the LAN factor. It's such a different atmosphere. And we know that Rafa and a lot of these guys, they have that LAN experience. And
yes, absolutely.
It's loud, even when it's not loud. There are so many and in addition to the extracurricular activities that are available to these players, I'm finding that a lot of the players are focusing on the game and not on the fun, at least for now. But everybody's focusing on each other here so far in this particular round, not able to land any shots yet. ID's going to have a tough one here as he gets into the courtyard. It's always hard to just get in, and Plexi and Nutrigrain are going to get him with a couple of shots before he can do so, and that's going to really limit his chances here. Nutrigrain comes out with the pop and takes him out, and that's going to make it 1-0 for SM, and now Nutrigrain is going to go on offense for him with the railgun.
Yeah, so this map is really interesting. The pole is kind of into a little corner. It has 3 entryways, all of them very narrow, so it can be very difficult for the offensive player to break through. You see a lot of players try to rotate around towards the back and get on top. Gives them a little bit more freedom in their movement. So we'll see if that gets utilized a lot here or not. And this L fence, a very popular defense position, gives you so much vision, but a great pickoff there for Nutrigrain on the clock. That L fence is so dangerous. And another pickoff there onto Rafa. So amazing play here from Nutrigrain, showing his poise, coming back as they were just taken out. I believe it was 9-6, so very close match. And now going to be trying to get that angle that we've talked about so much before. Just misses ID. His ID had his back turned, but there's the pickoff in that choke point. And now Nutrigrain will bring his team up 2-0.
Wow, Spin Move definitely coming out with a different sense of purpose here after that first round and trying to get an early jump on them. But Rafa is going to take the offensive wheel for SK here and see what he can do against this SM defense. As, yeah, Crossroads has that entryway to get into the pole, and that there makes he can really be a tough one to get through offensively. And usually there's somebody up here on this pad, but Rafa's going to go ahead and get up there himself, and that gives him a nice perch from which to try to land some shots here. He's trying to get one on poor Billy. Nutrigrain there on the L-Fence gets him with a nice one from 29.9. And taking out that L-Fence defender is always a good thing, and that's going to give him a clearer path to the goal as time ticks down. He's going to make a run for it now. It's going to be Rafa versus Plexi. Plexi, knowing it, throws a rocket or two, not hitting him, but those do with a 1-2 tap, and poor Billy coming from the back with the third. I don't know if he saw that one coming, but poor Billy certainly did on the backside there. 3-0 now. A nice effort by SM, and here comes poor Billy.
Yeah, we heard some claps there from the crowd, so it sounds like we got some Spin Move supporters here. So if you guys are enjoying the match, make some noise for us and give the team some luck. And it looks like poor Billy will be moving a little bit slower, trying to make sure he knows where all the defense is. And there's a shot by Rafa from that rail pad we talked about, and then follows it up with a rocket. Is picked off. Now, poor Billy gonna be with one armor facing 2 defenders, able to avoid the rockets, drops down. Is he gonna get the hit? No, Clock gets the hit, giving him the first point here. So good job by Clock, able to avoid that laser fire, gets the hit and gives them the first point. So 3-1, SM gonna be on the defense. Are they gonna be able to go up by 3? That is the question.
And we've talked about the switch from the 6 points to the 9 points to win a round, and I think this is where it really shows a big difference, because the momentum changes, the swings back and forth. It gives you a lot of time to see what each team can do there, and wow, well, that's what Clock can do against poor Billy to take him out. But Nutrigrain does hit a shot on him, take him down to 2 armor. So 2 armors, 2 defense, as he's still got plenty of time on the clock, so he's going to go off and try to do some L-Fence banging here as he's this is one of those standoffs. We've seen a lot of these lately, where they just kind of look at each other. Wow, what a nice shot on Pluxy as he was leaping in the air, looking to throw a rocket up. But he saw him coming in. Somehow Nutrigrain avoids that shot as Clock's going to have to get up there. But wow, Nutrigrain hits him as he jumps up. He's kind of got him in a bad spot here now. He's going to stay on the pole, though, as Clock's going to come in and get the shot. He doesn't even have to go for the pole cap there and gets it a lot closer now, 3-2. Here comes Pluxy to try to do something offensively for Spin Move.
Very big shot there to get that point, so good job by SK, and now have pulled it even with the offensive rounds. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but as he was coming in, he ended up shooting the wall next to him. He did like a real quick 360. So he used the rocket to boost himself to dodge that shot, get close to the pole as you want to get there. So really amazing play there by Nutrigrain on the defense. But Clock doing very well, getting that long range hit with the rocket. There's another follow-up there and a third. So Clock getting 2, ID getting 1, and they have now tied it up 3-3 after going down 2-0. So good response here from SK, showing their poise and showing their ability to play under pressure.
Yeah, we're seeing people run a lot more of that kind of trap defense where you'll get the guy and just kind of engage him and distract him while somebody comes from an opposite direction and gets another shot in on them, sometimes without their knowledge, just landing them from the back or sides. And we see a lot of that in the European games that we've casted.
Yes, absolutely.
We're seeing it a lot more now. I love these LAN events because it's really elevating the game for worldwide, for North America especially, but for all these teams as all the different styles kind of converge on each other. So far, this one pretty quiet though, as ID has managed to sneak in to the courtyard, and he's but getting that advantage, he goes ahead and comes out, and now Nutrigrain is going to get him, but Nutrigrain is taken out in return. Is he going to take a different route to the pole? Yes, he's going to come in straight up the middle, up Route 1, and gets Pluxy, but a shot is made. That's going to be enough. Oh, no, Pluxy!
Wow,
Pluxy with
94%.
a second shot, 94%. Looked like he had it. Once again, Pluxy on the pole. This thing is 4-3 now, and Spin Move takes the lead. Here's Nutrigrain to try to add to that.
Wow, really amazing play there. I thought for sure that was going to be an offensive point back-to-back there for SK, so very, very close. That was amazing. So Nutrigrain, though, going to try and get his team the lead here again, as both teams are even with that offensive point. And we talked about it earlier, or Joshy and Golden Boy talked about it earlier, the fact that you have to have an additional offensive point to be able to win, because you have to win by 2. So those are very coveted and very precious. So it's very, very important to have someone who's able to break through and get that point. So Nutrigrain, being the point person or the first attacker for SM, is going to try to do that. Takes an early hit, though. Long-range rocket from ID comes out. It looks like he was trying to line up Rafa, but wasn't able to. And now rotating, just misses that ability to take that shot on the L defender. Just missing that shot, able to get on the pole, though. Takes a double tap, though, from Rafa and ID. So going to come back 4-4, as it will be a battle of the defense now. We'll see who ends up breaking down or who is able to then exploit the defense as they rotate. So good luck to both teams. Rafa, a well-known player, a well-known name in esports, going to be on the offense.
And that was a nice conservation of how they call it, rocket juice. Yeah, they got some shots in to try to cover that archway coming in, and the rockets did not land. He figured, well, I'm going to sneak in now that they're clear of it'll be a while before they can recharge, but they got him as immediately as he came in now. Rafa here is taking his time, looking for a good opportunity here. Looks at the L fence, decides not to, and circling around looking for an advantage here. There's poor Billy up on the hill, and now he's going to come down. They're all going to come into the courtyard and get some shots in. Pluxy, but wow, Nutrigrain with the double tap. And that's going to make it 5-4. Again, Spin Move maintaining that lead. It's tenuous, but it's there. And poor Billy is going to take the railgun for the Spin Move guys now.
Yeah, so we'll see if he's going to be able to get this point. Like we said, poor Billy is definitely a strong attacker. Will he be able to break down this defense is that question we keep asking. as he's coming into that main area. They know where he is as those rocket fires are coming out. Oh, narrowly avoiding that one. I thought he was going to take that long-range rocket, able to juke it out as he got onto that kind of pathway. You move a little bit faster on the path, or rather you move slower. Oh, pushed into the water. So very good rocket there. We call that the electric water of death, essentially, as anytime you touch it, you immediately die. And that explosion from the rocket able to push him in there. So amazing defense there. Gonna tie it back up 5-5.
Watching these guys live, all weekend, just the amazing use of the terrain and the elements of the game to force the issue on things like that. And we've seen some pretty interesting plays come down. And then we see these kind of standoffs. They're literally standoffs where he's just kind of around the corner there. And poor Billy's going to get the down. Nutrigrain as he falls with the double tap, and clock is taken out quickly. And this thing is just going back and forth, 1 point to 1 point. And that's going to give Pluxy a chance to try to get some distance between them here.
Great communication there on the defense. Him sweeping over, that is not something we almost ever see on the defense. So clearly they thought they had the ability to exploit something they were seeing. They communicated and they did it. That's something that I wish to be able to hear sometimes, is what they're saying to each other, so they know, oh, we're doing this or that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's just clear evidence though of this teamwork. So Pluxy is one of these people who, in this matchup and the last one against Colwyn, has had some really good attack rounds. So is he going to be able to get one again for his team? And had it lined up, but it was on the recharge, so not able to get that hit. The team is pretty aware of where Pluxy is right now. He's trying to find that last defender in the back. The rocket coming in. Now he knows. You saw him dip down there into the tunnel. So Pluxy's got a good idea where people are set up, just missing that shot. Actually going to drop down onto the pole. Is able to get quite a few seconds into it. A triple tap, though. Two from Rafa. One from ID as they pushed him off. Very close, 70%. That's probably about a second, maybe a little under. Only had about a half a second left. So good job there. And again, 6-6. Are we going to get our break point here anytime?
It is possible. But yeah, those splash rockets really doing a lot as far as moving these guys around where they weren't wanting to move. We'll see where ID wants to move here, as he's got plenty of time here. So far, nobody's really, there's a rail that doesn't quite make its mark. There he got him, though, as Pluxy was advancing in, and he just saw him and took him out. Oh, but 1-2, Nutrigrain gets him as he's coming in the doorway, taking him down to one armor, and ID's going to think about this one a little bit. Is he going to go ahead and go into the go? No, he's caught from the back. Again, poor Billy working that rotation move on the defense, and they are up 7-6, and we're back to where we were.
Yeah, where we've been back and over and over again. Nutrigrain in the last map had 15 defense points, or in his last round, he's got 11 right now. So really showing his strength. And again, he's also that kind of main offensive player. So showing his strength here and just doing a really good job all around, able to keep his team close. They are in the lead right now. And is he going to be able to get this pick off he's looking for? It looks like he's going to rotate over instead of using that rail pad, getting the zoom, and avoid some rockets. Narrowly takes a hit there. And I thought he might have fallen into the water again. He's very close. Not able to knock him in there, his clock, but takes another hit. You hear the horn coming out, as sometimes players kind of taunt themselves a little bit when they miss a shot they know they should have had, or they feel like they did something they shouldn't have. They'll horn themselves. So ends up horning himself there. And now back to 7-7. We've seen this tied for quite some time now. Is Rafa going to be able to break the hold here?
Well, he put a nice angle on that first rocket shot. I thought that was just almost straight up, and no room to move on that one. And now we know he can do it with the rail gun, though, as he's looking at the defender on the rail pad there. They are going to wait here, both teams, it looks like. And again, some fire going overhead, not doing any damage because it's not close to him. You have to land the shot to get the damage. That's the pro player commentary that I can tell you about this game. Anyway, time ticking down. Poor Billy is going to battle it out with him here, and he's going to have to deal with him before he can. He does with an overhead shot, and that's going to take him down to two defenders. He's got 3 armors now. Going to take his time as he comes in. He's got a chance to go to the pole now. Nutrigrain with the 1-2-3 to take him out and go up 8-7 here. And who's going to be on the attack now? We'll see. It is poor Billy.
Yes, and something I want to point out that I just think is really amazing here from these players, if you guys look in this bottom right area there, that bar that kind of goes back and forth is their stamina. That's what allows them to sprint. And something I've noticed with these top-end players is they always have stamina, and they're always moving so fast. I, unfortunately, never have stamina, and I'm always moving slow. So I got to figure out how to use that better, and if you want to get better, figure out how to conserve your stamina. Pick off there on the clock, but takes a double tap. So going to be with 1 armor here, 2 defenders left. 8-7 again. This could be the point that brings them the victory for the second map. Going to be coming in really close. Just misses that shot. And this is going to be a close one here, winners.
Yes, it is. But not for long. There's Rafa with the shot and ties this thing up at 8. Yeah, that stamina can be a difference maker. But in real life, they have pills you can take for that. So.
Yeah, and again, we are back to even. So are we going to be able to break this hold? This is amazing. We're going to be going into extra rounds here. It's very tight. It was a 3-point difference between the players last time. So a very close matchup. These teams are very evenly strength. Clock trying to get a early pickoff or at least an early angle here, but can't see that pull defender. And now we've seen this the offense standoff so many times, and Clock gonna get the best of him here onto Nutrigrain. But good long-range rocket from Pluxy to get it the hit there from the pull. So now Clock gonna try to find his new attack angle. Gonna be trying to see where that third defender is. I haven't seen him yet, and now he sees them both inside there. The players now know the Rocket's trying to get him as he rotates out. Tries to get that pick off on the poor Billy. Poor Billy just narrowly avoiding that. And now Clock gonna have to make his way back in. Here he comes. The defense is gonna start firing. The double tap coming out from poor Billy, and 9-8. And again, back to square one. Is Pluxy going to be able to work his magic here again, as he had a huge attack round onto Colwyn and another onto SK earlier? So will he be able to work his magic?
Well, he's certainly been performing under pressure here today in this round and the one before it. So he's got a definite shot at doing it, but Rafa has got something to say about that. Oh, what a nice shot on the clock. Taking him out at the offense and getting him down to 2 defenders, 2 armor. So it's pretty even right now, as Pluxy's going to get in the doorway here and just kind of peek around, try to get a shot in. They are kind of holding defensively at the front and back here, and Pluxy is going to have to try to rethink what he's doing here, looking at different ways to go in. Again, we want to make sure we don't tell which way. I'm trying to be conscious of that. It's the uncertain principle. You don't want to affect, but wow, it doesn't matter, because Rafa with the double tap there as Pluxy manages to get in the doorway, but not much further. This thing is tied up at 9, and Dread, we might be here on this round for a little bit.
Yeah, this is just a coin flip right now, as we see that 14 points there for Nutrigrain on the defense with the 1 attack round. Clock having the other attack round there for SK. So ID, though, has had some huge rounds thus far in this tournament. Comes streaking in, not able to get that hit. So ID going to have to change where he wants to attack. Is he going to be able to get those angles? But the rocket fire coming out and just kind of trying to corral him. But now that it seems like they're going to break through. No, decides to fall back and takes a double tap from Nutrigrain. Oh, just missing the jumping poor Billy. That's a shot you want to hit. And poor Billy able to avoid the other one, dipping back into that tunnel. Oh, the Nucleus, no, the rocket ends up getting that last hit. We haven't seen much Nucleus play here, but it can make a pretty big deal, as it has such a huge AoE.
Oh yeah, I love that thing, man. And plus it really annoys people when you kill them with it. But it's only available in the tunnels, so, and we haven't seen a whole lot of tunnel work from either side, at least not on this map. Maybe on some of the other maps that may come into play a little bit more. But it does come out in this one, so who knows. Here's Nutrigrain, and who knows where he's going to go or what he's going to do to try to well, this could be a possible round point here, as he's going to take his time and try to get a good placement on his shots here, and plenty of time to do so. And oh, there's a close range exchange there, as ID hits him, but another big shot to take Rafa out. So now he's got 1 defender to deal with, and he's already at the pole clock. A mid-air shot, and that's going to do it for this one. SCM is going to take this round.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Clock mistiming his jump a little bit there. It ends up floating and makes it an easy pickoff there to get that point. Nutrigrain with 2 attacking rounds, 16 defensive rounds. Nutrigrain just doing amazing there for his team. So very good play. Rafa with 11 defensive rounds, though. Nothing to scoff at. When you hit those double digits, you know, you're really working hard. So Nutrigrain, shout out to you, man, if you can hear me. Very good rounds. SK, good luck to you guys, as unfortunately you didn't take that last one. It is going to be 1 map to 1. And good luck to both these teams, as we've got an opportunity to cast them quite a bit in the community. So we've got to have a little bit of rapport with them. We really like the guys. The community here is really, really nice. We actually saw some teams scrimming each other before the tournament, and they're in the same pool. So essentially showing, you know, some of the stuff they're working on. And everyone, you know, really just wants to push this game to go farther and continue to progress. So very good job here from this community. I love it. I hope it doesn't change.
Me too. Especially for a first-person shooter, it's very nice to see. And just a lot of international camaraderie as
absolutely, yes.
Just kind of kicking it, you know, and chopping it up here. I mean, we're in Las Vegas, man. We're casting. Do you realize we're casting in Las Vegas?
Awesome, man.
We want to thank everybody at IPL 5 and IGN Pro League, and Ask Joshy and Golden Boy, of course, and David Ting and all the people at IPL, Rob, Errol, they've been great. And we are going to a commercial. We will be right back. Don't miss it, because we've got more to come. Total Biscuit, Joe Miller, all sorts of stuff.
Make sure to stick around here, guys.
Maybe even Poppy Navidad. So stick with us.